as a viable alternative fuel source. How is the Nigerian LPG Gas Association advocating for policies, regulations that promote the adoption of autogas and LPG as sustainable solutions for transportation and cooking needs?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Felix Ekundayo, and I am the president of the Nigerian LPG Gas Association. So I'm glad the big boys got to speak first, so that we can now come in and tell you what it's like at the coalface. I'd like to thank the organizers, by the way, for putting me on the same panel as the true primary regulators in our industry. Whatever I did to offend you before, I will amend my ways, I can assure you. I want to speak to dispelling a myth, give some examples, and also offer a way forward. You've asked me to speak to autogas. But dispelling the myth is to speak to, I heard the phrase earlier, and I like it. We always pat ourselves on the back about resilience. We're very resilient people. But at the end of resilience is exhaustion. And I do believe that we are at the point of exhaustion. I have been in this industry 35 years, working and as a business owner. And there are two things I have learned. One, I have never come across an investor who chooses to go into a market where the primary competitive advantage is resilience. I have not seen it. They go where it is clear, efficient, and you get your returns out. The second thing, and I think I deserve a Nobel Prize for economics on this, I have finally figured out how to calculate the return on investment on resilience. And it is usually negative and at best zero. So that is dispelling the myth. Okay, break it down into what do our members see, right? And they're the ones required to drive the conversation and investment. Give you random examples. A member wants to start up an autogas facility in a state that desires to have autogas, buys land for X. The assessment for duties on X was 125%. How do you pay more than the value of land for the assessment? Then you are invited to negotiate. You have situations where new members come in and they say, it has taken me 6 years from when I retired to when I finally got my business going because of various regulatory hurdles. And it's not about the regulators sitting here. We've all done good work, but we need to do more work. We have other places where you have members who are developing, and in the middle of development, where they have all their permits, they get frivolous stop orders. It's just another road barrier. We can't move forward this way. We need to address this issue. We speak to the ease of doing business. I would rather start and frame it properly. We need to reduce the difficulty of doing business before we can now start to say, how do we even make it easier? What's the solution, in my view, and how do we move this thing forward? We have the opportunity to displace diesel from 20,000 base stations. We have the opportunity to convert millions of tricycles to gas. But without the pace of, first of all, streamlining regulation, so that when Aka was speaking, he spoke to a regulatory environment that may be more towards revenue generation than assisting business. We need to sit down with the players, the people at the coalface, to reduce the number of steps required in order to be able to deliver these solutions. That is a primary requirement, so more stakeholder interfaces. Secondly, the speed at which the changes occur needs to improve, where conversations go up the value chain and come back to provide a solution. That also needs to improve. And I think those are two very primary and urgent issues if we are to realize the rollout of autogas. I will stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As we've started this conversation on the autogas, I would like Daniel, this would be for you.